We're up.
Yes.
And I am
Ah,
clipping out, so I'm going to turn myself down just a little bit.
just a little bit. It's not gonna hurt anybody. It's fine.
It's fine.
You know,
It's fine.
make
I'm
people
doing
feel
it
okay
live.
about
I'm doing it
themselves.
live.
We're doing it live. I was telling people in the chat, like live TV is the hardest type of
Ooh.
TV. People don't
Yeah.
get it because whatever could go wrong does go
And
wrong, and it always happens right
and they
before.
can tell that just by looking at you in the video here because they can see me changing the size of your video right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right. I'm gonna stretch out, guys.
That's
You guys gonna see me kind of just
let's
fill
see.
out like a
I
big
I will I
man.
will try and fix that while you
Kind of just
vamp vamp.
vamp. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mike Wheeler, for telling me I have a good name. I definitely do appreciate
I think
it.
that's good too.
It took a lot of time to kind of bring that name up. Battlestar Black it means a lot to me. It is me. So thank you. I appreciate you noticing that name. So I appreciate it. It's great. It's great.
Thomas Frank.
It's the one thing.
Sorry.
Go
Thomas
ahead.
Frank. I was just asking where Elle is. She is on a mini vacation this week. So
Yes.
she will be back.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's just not
Yeah,
not here.
L needs some time to breathe, guys. Trust me. We send her through the ringer with all the work that we ever do. Not only what's on camera, L does a lot of work behind camera. If you guys know what's going on with us concerning the Cosmic Protectors, L does a lot of work there as well. Even with the Instagram, our promos, things that are going out. So we need to give her a break. If not, she'll have a breakdown and she probably will murder one of us on air. So,
Probably me. Probably me.
yeah, we appreciate her so much. It's time for her to be able to take a breather. So that's why we're like, hey, Elle, go ahead and take it. And Elle, if you're watching, thank you so much for everything that you do. Because even while she's on this vacation, she's probably most likely still working.
Yeah.
Trust
Always.
me.
Always. So how have you been?
Oh, man, you know what? This week has been. I expected this week to be very boring, slow. Nothing was going to happen. I had two coronavirus tests
Oh
this
gee,
week.
the nose
I
one.
had one. Yes, dude. They didn't even want to do the culture with the one swab, two swab, and then down here. No, no, no. They needed to make sure everything was good. It was like not just antibodies. We got to make sure that something's not happening as well. And that was the second time. The first one though, it was just like, all right, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take the test so I know I'm good because I have old people that live with
Right.
me or around me, so I have to make sure I'm okay, especially if I went out and did anything, which I did the week before. So it was like, okay, let me just make sure I'm okay. So I did that perfectly fine. And next week, is it Tuesday?
Sure.
Tuesday, I'm going. Well, next week Tuesday. Don't make me forget. Don't mess me up here. Next week Tuesday, I've got to go to this thing, this kind of like weird function they're doing at the Laugh Factory. So I'm gonna go, and the thing is, you got to make sure you're okay. They want your results. They have to be within 3 days of when it happened because you get your test within
Right.
48 hours. So they have to be 3 days within. When you get there, they're going to do the thermometer thing and blah, blah, yada, yada. So I was like, okay, fine. So had to go get tested again.
You know what you
So,
should do. You should like when you go and get tested again, you should get video of it and then put the scene from Total Recall where he's like jamming that thing up his nose to pull out the tracking device, just
just
like
pulling
right
that
through his
giant
nose.
thing out. Oh, that is like body horror. It kind of freaks me out. The Matrix is one of my favorite movies, but when they pull that thing out of
Oh
his
yeah.
stomach, I'm always like,
For
hey,
you know,
it's a
for me,
little bit.
it's not that one. It's when he pulls out the tube from his mouth after he wakes up from the pod.
Oh, God,
Because like
not good,
I feel
not
like I
good.
could deal with the stomach thing, but just like having
Uh
something
huh.
like that, like just like you know,
Dude,
oh
it's ridiculously close to it when you get the test. Answering Matthew's question, definitely, dude. Okay, so now I think I've gone through one, two, three, four. So four times in my life so far I've been tested for
oh jeez.
coronavirus. Every time perfectly clean. I have seen grown men, big grown men, cry because it goes back there and it touches a spot that should never be touched. And it gets back there, you're like, oh, oh, and then I swear, I think the doctor's a masochist because once it taps, they should be done. They tap, they scrape, and then pull back. No, they'll get back there, and when they see you wince, oh, it's something inside of them, and they keep going and going
like,
for one. You're like,
can
haven't you
we
got it
make
yet?
him
You know?
raise his arm? It's like,
Yeah, and honestly, they're like, all right, let's see. He's like, oh, all right, this is pretty cool. Like they work you like a puppet. It's not okay at all. So it hurts, but it's something you get to push through. Hopefully, if you get a really good doctor, they know how to just boom, boom, and we're out. All right, sorry it hurt, but you're good.
Right,
you know?
right.
So,
yeah, my week was not nearly that exciting. I'm still kind of I moved into my new place, but I'm still kind of like getting everything set up and putting things around. So I've been able to open up like my boxes of like collectible stuff, and I've got like a temporary shelving unit in there until I actually figure out what I'm gonna get and where I'm gonna put it. So I was able to like put up like all of my stuff, which is nice. I still have to hang my posters, and on Tuesday I mounted my TV on the wall.
oh, geez.
That was
Are
a
you
task.
getting rid of
That was a
your,
task.
Are you getting rid of your storage unit? Are you like able to get everything out, or it's like I can get some things, but some stuff I'm not bringing.
I think so. Right now, Joe's gonna take my couch,
Okay.
or I think his dad's gonna take my couch, and then
Cool.
I've got to figure out what I'm doing with the washer and dryer that I've got in there. I think I might try and sell those, but once I get rid of that, I think I'll be able to, if not completely get rid of the storage unit, at least drop it down to like a 5x5 or like a little locker type thing instead of this huge 10x20 thing.
Oh
So,
yeah. Hey guys, if any of you guys are watching, you're local within like LA, and you're thinking you need a washer or dryer, hit up Josh.
I've
He's
got
a perfect good working.
I need to talk to my old roommate to see what she wants for it, but make me an offer and I'll see if she'll accept it. But let's move on to Power Rangers. Yeah.
What we're here for. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, look, you know what? I want to search for the Lights of Orion. So let's talk about how long this search is.
I mean, by the end of these 3 episodes, they still haven't found them yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe we did. We don't know yet because it ended kind of like in a weird way. We don't really know, but we'll find out. I didn't watch further, and I'm not going to.
So okay, neither did I. I know what the next episode is. Like I obviously from the preview and the title, we know that the magnet. Yep. This is where the magnet defender comes in. But exactly.
We're gonna have to get Jether for. We're gonna have to get Jether.
Does he do magnet defender?
Because he loves magnet defender. Oh, Jether's like, oh, magnet defender. Oh, he's better than everybody. Me and him had a whole argument about like Ninjor and magnet defender, and he's like, magnet defender would kill Ninjor, and so we need to bring him on.
Right. Yeah, we'll see if he's free. I'm gonna change up the format a little bit this week. So I know typically we'll talk about the episodes and then we'll get into like the trivia and the errors and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna launch right into the info because with the way I've set those up this week is it goes episode by episode. So we'll be able to go through and talk about the episodes as we're kind of going through all the little like bits of information that we've got here. So let's switch over to that scene now. Okay. So in this first episode, we see the introduction of the astrocycles. I'm not exactly sure why they're called the astrocycles. I'm assuming that has something to do with them being on the Astro megaship, maybe.
Maybe, and it's like right now at the moment, since it is like the Astro megaship, what's his name is still naming everything Astro.
Right.
Because he was working on them on the last episode, and then now we actually have them. So it's like, that's fine.
So these, interestingly enough, are a design and a product that was made specifically for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. These did not exist. At least as far as the information that I found, these did not exist in Gingaman. Is that how it's pronounced? Or
I think that's
because otherwise it would sound too much like Ginger Man, and that's a completely different thing.
We'll go for Ginga Man.
So all three of the cycles are mounted with blasters on the front so that they can shoot, and they're covered in armor designed after each of the Rangers' respective Galactazord. They appear to go no faster or slower than the average motorcycle, though. They don't make the Steve Austin like no 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 sound, so we know that they're not going at like super
What's
speed.
the point? What's the point? They need to go at super speed. We need that like something that makes them ooh ah and even better. If not, it was because I kind of looked at them like, why do we even have them? They were there for less than 5 minutes of the entire episode,
Yeah,
and then they were gone. And I was like, so why? Like,
yeah,
what's
I
the
don't know.
point?
I mean,
It was like, oh, and look at these new toys we're gonna sell,
yeah,
and it was like, okay,
they look cool.
they
But
do. I'm not
you
gonna
know,
lie, they
I
definitely
don't
do.
know. We'll see if they pop back up later. We've still got almost 35 or so episodes to go.
I love how in the chat people are saying it's Ginga Man, but it's still spelled
Right.
the same way. And it's like if you're reading it, I'm like, so are you all saying it's Ginger Man? Is it Ginger Man?
Ginger
Is
Man.
that what you guys telling me?
You know what?
It's Ginger Man.
I kind of want to call it Ginger Man just to be that guy.
Just to be that guy, like I love
because
Ginger
then
Man.
I'm gonna keep saying Ginger Man, and then they're gonna keep trying to correct me in the chat, but it's not gonna make any difference.
It's just a bunch of it's Giga Man, it's Giga Man, you fool, it's Giga Man.
That's what I'm saying.
A bunch of people just yelling at me. I love it. I love it. No, but we definitely understand. We thank you guys for at least helping us out there, because trust me, we would be the people. It's like, all right, so Ginger Man on Ginger Man last week. You're like, no. People just like, I'm not watching this anymore, and they're leaving us. But okay, so the bikes, the astrocycles are not bad. Like you said, they run the same speed about give or take, of a regular motorcycle. They definitely do look cool. I know they have to add all this little fiberglass on them, so because of that, they can't be seen or shot going very fast because the wind hits the fiberglass that they just mounted on there. Boom! The fiberglass flies right off.
Do you
so
think?
It's like I get
do you
it.
think anyone has either made a replica of one of these, or do you think they exist? So like those specific motorcycles actually exist somewhere looking like that, or were maybe like sold at an auction or repurposed for something else?
I'm gonna say I don't think they exist anymore. They're probably sold and gone. I mean, you can tell when they were riding them. Like I said, that fiberglass mount that they mounted on there, it was like the wind was hitting it, or just while they were driving, you can see it kind of wiggle slightly. And I was like, oh no, like you can't ride around too much with this because it was just a quick fix mounts kind of thing. So I think they probably sold them and they're gone because I have not seen any like fan art or anything concerning those bikes, and I think it's because they came and went.
You know what would be an
like,
interesting.
oh.
So, do you watch like car restoration or modification shows at all?
Oh yeah.
So there was one that I was watching on Netflix called "From Rust to Riches," I think.
Yes.
And they last season or the first season they made a replica of the split top Corvette design from Hot Wheels. So like just random thought that I've got now, and someone's probably going to steal it, is that it would be cool to do one of these like car shows where they remake classic like TV cars, like they make a replica of the Batmobile, or they make like the Astrocycles, or
the show could be called like the Fandom Garage. Yeah. That's it. Boom. We got the name of the show.
We got that here.
Nobody steal it.
That's copyright Josh and Daniel 2020.
That's right. That's right. You guys can't steal it. Fandom Garage is ours. We'll have Joe Rogan host it. That's it.
Or maybe
do a podcast.
Maybe Jay Leno.
Well, yeah. It's pretty nice.
Or no.
I mean, maybe.
Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, he has like he's got a whole car thing and everything. He's not doing much besides that show. Yeah.
Matthew like Thompson has got a Pimp My Ranger Ride.
Oh, my
that would be the episode title. That would be the episode title.
Eldon M. Brown actually says, "Hot take. I thought these were the best Ranger cycles." That's definitely a hot take.
I am going to agree because up until now, these are the only ones that I've seen. So
yeah, right. I don't. Oh, for you, that's right. This first one. Trust me, we've seen others. Ugh, these are much better, and I definitely agree with you. So it's not really a hot take because it seems like everyone else
Well,
definitely agrees with me.
Mikey Nerd
So that's
Talk
not
says that
bad.
he likes light speed cycles, and that's
Oh, I haven't seen them yet.
light speed
Haven't
is
seen it
next
yet.
season, right?
Yeah, right. I think so.
Okay.
So what?
Yeah.
I think
So
so.
so we'll
Yeah.
see those in 35 episodes. So sometime towards the end of the year.
Oh, see, okay, Larry Newble likes the idea also. I think it's going to happen. Fandom Garage is going to be a thing.
We'll pull
Guys, look
we'll
forward
pull
to that.
John Naya back from Japan. You know, it'll be this whole
Oh
thing.
my God, yes! He'll be like, all right, look, this is how it's going to do so it actually works. Oh my God. Okay, but
All
I'm
right.
sorry. We're going in, we're talking about Mike.
Yeah.
Right
So
now.
moving on to Mike. First, did you think that it was actually him when they showed him in the coffin?
Oh, okay. Before that,
Coffin.
my whole thing was why did we have to go through a whole Bugs Bunny kind of Looney Tunes like, huh, look at me now, I'm dressed up
Oh,
in the magician's
that's
outfit,
next.
and
Yeah,
look what we're
yeah.
gonna see. I was like, what the heck? But so that whole thing was like, but it's next. All right, fine. But when I saw him in the coffin, like all like that, I was like, oh, I was fooled. I was fooled immediately at first. Like, oh my God, they brought him back because they wouldn't bring him back just for one episode. Who would do that? So I was like, that's definitely him. And so I was just like, all right, they're going to bring him back. He's probably going to be made evil. And then we're going to have a little arc of dealing with him, bringing him back. No, we brought him back for one episode.
So here's the confusing thing though, and this has been one of the things that I want to say I've been complaining about this, but this is one of the things that I've been making sure to point out in like almost every episode. They built Terra Nova, right? Like they didn't just
Yes.
cut
Yes,
they
they
didn't just
did.
like cut a section out of the earth and like fly away with it, right?
No, not at all, my friend.
So as Mutantrum, Mike tells Leo that the Lights of Orion have been in that cave for eons.
Mm-hmm.
But they built the cave.
How is that possible? How is that possible when you guys built Terra Nova? Like, you guys terraformed this big hunk of metal and turned it into something. And if not, then okay, then they did just carve out a piece of Earth, and then they were like, all right, let's do it. And if that's the case, no.
Jonathan,
you don't just go around
really quick.
carving out
Jonathan
giant
corrected
pieces of
me.
Earth.
It's Terra Venture.
Oh,
It's Terra Venture.
Terra Nova is a show.
Well,
I'm
not
sorry,
only
guys.
is Terra Nova
That's
a
right.
show, but Terra Nova is also
Yeah.
the name of the episode that Joe and I will be talking about in Star Trek Enterprise. That's next.
That's right. That's
Also,
yeah, you guys can definitely stick to that because that's actually
that's been
good
mind
episode.
fucking me for like this whole week.
Oh my God. But yeah, so Terra Venture, once again, I thought they went ahead and built it all themselves. So having the Lights of Orion in that cave for eons, no.
There's also like
no.
for me like this whole Terra Venture thing is weird too because like does no one see the fighting of these giant monsters in there that's happening too? Like why isn't like the captain talking about it or like anyone else?
I asked that last week. I was like, why is no one like, guys, we made this great area, this great place. Why is it always being attacked by monsters? How do the Rangers know to show up and stop these monsters always here on Terra Venture? Also, where are you guys when everybody else is, like, I needed you here babysitting my kid, not fighting off, like, none of that ever happens either. So it's just kind of like, because Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
It's like in any other like coincidental thing because it's in the script.
But my thing is, they forget. They have to, like, at some point, somebody had to catch them when they were like, just tell them it's been there for eons. Wait, we just built this. Just say it. Don't worry.
I
the
mean,
kids won't
my
know.
my headcanon for this is going to be that the cave is like Brigadoon or something, where it just kind of like jumps around from location to location.
Oh, it's like it's like the lost
Yeah,
island or whatever.
it's a magic cave that just
But-
like appeared here.
Fire Drake Burst said something that I believe Fire Drake Burst said last week also. Why a space colony in the first place? Why? What they did not explain why. They didn't say we're doing this to go into the far outer reaches of space and blah 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 yada yada. They're taking TerraVenture, and are they going somewhere to colonize somewhere else? Is that what they're doing? I thought that was it, right?
Correctly, from the first episode, it's they're exploring. So it's going to be almost be like the Voyager satellite, where they're just sending it off in one direction and it's just going.
Okay.
But
Angel Grove worst and tired of them. Thomas Ringo said because during the first 6 seasons, the citizens of Angel Grove were sick and tired of the damn monster attacks. So they were like, "We'll just find this hunk of earth over here, and hopefully they'll attack them."
So basically, the person who built this, someone said to him one day, "Well, if you don't like all the monster attacks, you can just leave." And he was like, "Yeah, I can. I think I will."
You know what? I guess I can. And yeah, exactly. And he was like, "Off I go," and that was it. Just built it and said, "I'm done." That was it. Oh my god! But okay, so with Mike, moving on. Farther beyond the whole thing, can we talk about how?
Oh yeah.
Like, how Mike got there and what was going on with that?
I'm a little. Remind me that I have to go back instead of forward when I move on from this one.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I will.
So I ordered these really weird for some reason. So this episode is the first and only time that Furio wears a costume.
Okay.
And it was just for this gag. I don't understand.
Okay. I do not get it. It was so much of like literally a Looney Tunes kind of thing. Because he showed up at first, he didn't have it, and then when the Rangers were like, "Oh my god, there he is," he's like, "Hey Rangers, blah blah. I've got a wand, I've got the," like he had the whole thing on. And why are we doing this?
Right? Like I was waiting for like if I hadn't seen this information that it was like the first and only time Furio wears a costume, I was gonna guess that like 7 or 8 episodes from now we'd have him dressing up like Elmer Fudd, just like walking around with the shotgun, going, "Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rangers."
Well, essentially, because he is that incompetent. He is failing at every moment. Like, all right, I'll get those sabers. I'll get those. All right, the Lights of Orion. That's I've got that. He is like the crackhead that you gave $5 to go get water.
I'll get those wascally rangers.
That's exactly it. And he keeps trusting him, letting him go, letting him continue to try it. Well, it's like, what's the point?
And what's her name? Let me go back. Trakina just kind of like went along with it.
Trakina, no, what she's doing is giving him rope to hang himself. She's like, all right, that's what you need. Fine, here you go. I haven't watched a man commit suicide.
She played along.
Dude, she did. She put on her little armor, and then she was like, like, "Oh, look, I'm the assistant." And it was just like, why are we doing this?
That's so weird.
This was so stupid.
So
I didn't get it.
Something else with Trakina. This is the first time that we see her in this armored scorpion type suit thing. Although it looks more like almost like a grasshopper.
I think it is.
Or a praying mantis, maybe.
Praying mantis.
But now, what's interesting? I guess I kind of spoiled myself, so I don't know. In the Ranger wiki, the picture that they have for her in this costume, it's like a full face mask. Like, so if you look at this, you can see that her eye, like there's like a visor there for her eyes to come out. The one on Fandom, it's like a full on mask that looks like an insect. So I don't know if that's another form that she takes later, like maybe when she like does the make my monster grow thing, she
it could be
covers up her
face.
It could
be most likely it's the Ginga Man
Ginger
Man footage. That's right. Pardon me. The Ginger Man footage. And that's exactly what it was. I think that's where they have that picture from. And this was their mock-up that they made that had to relate to it, but they had to let us know that it's actually her. So the only way to do that, because apparently American audiences are dumb, they think. So we have to show her eyes. This way people will know it's her. You're like, just say it's her. We'll be fine. But no, that's
that's
you did
why,
it with Scorpion, but we can't believe it here with her.
Well, and that's why in like a Deadpool, that's why he has his mask off for so long, because it's Ryan Reynolds, so you have to see Ryan Reynolds' face.
Have to see Ryan Reynolds, right? Yeah. I don't know. That's stupid. But what's also stupid is that Damon even agreed to being Project Human Shield. Like when that moment, I was looking like, I know Josh has to see this right now, and immediately I'm like, South Park wins again. Like that's literally it.
But
she was right over it. She didn't think about anyone else. She was like, Damon, be the human shield or decoy. He was like, what? Like, he looked at her and then looked at everyone else like, you guys are really gonna let this happen? And no one else said a word.
Why do I have to be the decoy?
Right? Oh my god. No, I did not. Tom Franco, I did not watch Ginga Man.
So I'm gonna go back to one of these questions that Joe loves to have so much. Out of everyone on our cast, who do you think would be the decoy?
Come on, you know it would be me. I can see you and Elle look right at each other like you guys would nod without any words, and then both of you look at me and say it in unison, Daniel, go out there and distract them. And I'm like, what? And then, okay.
Just give you a mic and be like, here, go do stand up.
yeah, go do stand up. They'll love it. And I'm like, they don't speak English. Nah, comedy's universal.
It's fine.
All of a sudden, now all the praise comes. Nah, comedy's universal. You're great at it. What? And that's where it happens, and Daniel's dead. You're like, all right, now we can go. And that would be it.
Blackwing agrees.
It would be like a zombie apocalypse. Both of you be the Kent Brown says both of us would be the decoy. Nope. See,
maybe.
I don't know about that. Man. Jonathan says yes. Daniel and Blackwing also says Daniel is the decoy, bar none. That's it. See, yeah, they know. Once again, it's like that's what's gonna happen. Head on out there, and yeah, I would die.
See, Thomas Franco saying it's Ginger Man, not Ginga Man.
Oh, there you go.
So right, it's Ginger Man.
So it is Ginger Man, not Ginga Man.
Right.
Cool. Ginger Man it is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that smile. I just know Tom Sprinkle's like, like just typing away. I hate you both. You've ruined my life. Oh, come on. We're just having fun. We joke. We have a great time.
So basically, nothing else really happens in this episode. They get to the cave. They figure out that Mike is actually mutagasm or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And they find out that the case that was in jail in the cave was actually empty.
So that's a girl's makeup kit. Like that's literally what it is. Like one of those where they open up and it has, or a guy's toolkit. Like, on set when they break up, like, all right, we need, and you see them pull that case out and they start bringing all the tools out and they're fixing something real quick. And I was just looking like, really? We couldn't do anything else? We couldn't make this better? And that's the case that's been there for eons.
But also that jail looks like we were going back to Elmer Fudd. It looked like one of those like things that would have like come down around him. Like a trap.
It did, and that's why I was thinking, like, come on, guys.
And like the whole thing shaked when he opened it too. Like, this was not built well. Like, who put this here?
It was not. Do you have any? Do you have an info card concerning the monster of the week?
I do not.
Okay, cool. One thing that I did notice that was very interesting was his voice. It was the guy who did the voice of Lord.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
What?
Sorry, Kerrigan was in the suit, I think.
Yeah, but I think it was Axelrod, the guy who did Lord Zed.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, he's been back a few times now. So it's like, all right, I dug it. I liked it.
Okay, sorry. I've got to go back to the chat here. Mikey Nerd Talk is asking what's the difference between Ginga Man and Ginger Man. And the answer is that Ginger Man is the right way to say it, and Ginga Man is incorrect.
Yeah, exactly.
At least that's how I'm reading it in the chat here.
That's how I read. That's what I read. What Thomas
Yeah.
Franco said. Thomas Franco literally wrote Ginger Man, not
Right.
Ginga Man,
That's
and I was like, oh,
yeah.
thank God.
That's how
Oh,
I got it.
I was worried. I
Right.
was worried, but I don't want to look like a fool, and I'm glad he's making sure that
Okay.
we don't. So, oh my God, the blur. You're out of cotton balls. Damn it! I told you stay, stay off
I
of my
don't like.
toolbox.
I know Will and
Will and
Grace,
Grace. I
but
know
I don't
that.
know that reference.
It's still a good reference. Will and Grace is always great. I'm fine with it. You're out of cotton ball. Damn it! I told you to stay out of my toolbox. Oh God, I love it. I love it. Thomas, we're just bugging with you. Don't worry. We know the proper way. We just want to have fun. Just let us have fun. Elle's not here and she won't reprimand us. So we're gonna do what we want to do right now. The show's going off the rails. But so really, we covered everything in this episode, right? For
Yeah.
double
You know,
duty.
they find out that Orion's the light of Orion are lights of Orion are not in the makeup kit that was inside the jail cell.
Yes.
And
we also essentially, in my opinion, feel like now we have a new name for that bad guy with the hat, and I'm going to call him Furio from now on because he's clearly an idiot. So from now on, every time I refer to him, I'm going to say Fulio, and I mean it. I'm going to say Fulio from now on. It's once again Ginger Man and Fulio. So that's how it works.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Oh,
So yeah, so I mean, at the end of the episode, Leo was obviously a little upset because, you know, Mike came back and then was gone again. You know, that was
Exactly.
mean of them.
So
Yeah,
sad.
but you know, guess we'll move on.
Hey,
Yeah.
things happen. I mean, he's a good guy. He needs some level of angst, and this is the angst that we brought to him, which is, hey, your brother's still gone, and it's your fault.
All right. So, you ready to move on to the next episode? Hmm?
Yeah, let's move on to double duty. Oh, and while we are doing that, go ahead, guys, leave us your ratings for the episode. Thank you, Blur, for
Oh
reminding me.
yeah.
So Blur's on first.
So we'll go
get-
back through these like closer to the end. I'll kind of scroll up and keep track.
Oh,
Double duty. So this is the 300th episode of Power Rangers. So this was kind of a milestone
whoa.
episode.
Not bad. In a milestone episode, we got to see the actress who plays Kendrix play two roles. You got to see her versatility in this episode, so that's not bad. It was indeed a milestone episode for that because for most of the episode we barely saw the monster and we were just dealing with her and her acting.
Or lack trying to
You
act.
could say her lack
It's
of acting.
it's always funny to me when I'm watching a TV show and one of the characters on the TV show decides that they want to be an actor and they're not good at it. So how hard is it to act like you're not a good actor if you actually are a good actor?
Well, it's very hard apparently because I mean, here it is. Like, even when I try to phone it in, I have to make sure it's not obvious that I'm phoning it in, so it has to look bad. And it's like, oh, okay, she did pretty good. She grabbed her leg, and fell over on that dude, and all those other things. Like, she did a great job at doing a bad job. And I was like, bravo to her because for most of what we see, she does very well. So I was like, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you because you're working on a show that needs you to be, very, very predominant with every movement. It has to be very large and everything you do. It's soap opera acting. That's what they tell you to do, and that's what she does, and she sticks to it. And then now you have to do soap opera acting, but you have to do very bad soap opera acting. And it's like, oh, jeez.
So would that be Guiding Light or Days of Our Lives or what Passion?
Passion.
Wait, was Passions the supernatural one?
Yeah, it was the teen.
I never watched it, but I know. Oh no, 15.
Oh, jeez, man. Sorry, guys, we're going into deep cuts when it comes to it. But if you guys want to have some fun, look up 15
or the original Degrassi.
Passion. Oh, there you go. There you go. Everybody knows Drake. There you go. That's it. You can look that up. But so what do we have here on
So
this
really
fact
quick
sheet?
before I get to that, Mikey Nerd Talk says that he hates this episode. This series is his
Oh,
favorite one, but this episode he hates.
wow. Jeez. I originally did hate it, but as I reviewed it and went over my notes,
I didn't.
some things changed.
I'm not going to say that I hated this episode, but I can tell that it's not going to be my favorite. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I can tell that it's going to
yeah,
get the
yeah.
lowest ratings. As far as everyone is involved, even us,
Uh,
I can tell that. I knew that right off the bat. Like, oh,
More information. As everyone's been able to see here for a little while, Power Rangers is no stranger to recycling things. And the name of this movie just happens to be one of those things. The name of the movie being filmed is Starcrossed Lovers, and that's also the name of a movie that the Space Rangers went to see during the episode A Date with Danger.
Ooh, mm. I like that. I like that. Once again, like you said, they're not afraid to go ahead and use things over. And yeah, I do remember that title, but I didn't even see that as far as on the queue. Dang,
Yeah.
dude, nice catch. Nice catch. Bravo, man. But yeah, that's Power Rangers does. No,
the movie looked really bad too.
Oh, well, definitely. It definitely looked bad. I mean, it's something that we'll never really see, so they have to make it look bad. And
I do really enjoy though that they use like the most cliche plot for the movie, where like she was his secretary or something, and they fell in love and they didn't know or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, which makes sense. I mean, that's what those love shows do and everything like that. Oh, Matthew Thompson hit us with a very interesting fact. Interesting unknown fact. An actor from One Life to Live was offered a part of the Green Ranger for one season and had to turn it down due to scheduling conflicts. I didn't even know that. Ooh, you've got a fact up there right now that's kind of interesting.
One of the things that Power Rangers is not recycling is the character of Carolyn Pickett's. This is much like Furio, only wearing a costume once. This is the only appearance of Carolyn Pickett's. I'm not sad about that.
No, I'm just shocked that she was able to shoot that film and then win the Oscar like almost immediately after, or Golden Globe, whatever it was.
Ryan Murphy time in this, where someone can be get pregnant in one episode, the same time someone starts a 5-year jail sentence, and then 3 episodes later, the person who got pregnant gives birth, and the person is being released from jail because their sentence is up.
That's right. That makes sense. That's true. You weren't released early, but you're out of jail, and guess what? There's a kid on the way. It's horrible. It's horrible. Carolyn was a beehole. Let's remember that. That's how we first were introduced to her. Mm-hmm. She definitely was a beehole. She was mean. She was rude. She was a beehole. And then after that, she became a person with heart. She loved, like she was really looking out for Kendrix after. But at first, she was just like, oh, I hurt myself. And then, yeah, that's what happened. I hurt myself. And I was just like, geez. Oh, she is horrible. And then we have poor Furio here with another plan because he doesn't want to die. And he's just like, yeah, Lights of Orion. That's this guy says that they may be in the cameras. And then Wise Wizard was like, yeah, they're in the cameras.
That was I was like, why would they be in the cameras? And how would they have gotten into the cameras? Like we know the Lights of Orion. At first they thought that it was in this cave that had been on Terra Ventura for eons. And then they're like, oh well, no, they're in these cameras that probably had been built like 3 years earlier.
Yeah, and you're just like, what? And then I don't know the Termite King or whatever his name is. He's just kind of like, I'll believe whatever you say, just like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Like, yes,
I
you
like.
are.
Yeah, I like how
And he
Scorpius was
just
just
goes
like,
along with
sure,
it.
sure. They're in the cameras. They're in the cameras. I get
Yeah,
it.
like
Yeah,
whatever.
that's got to be
Yeah,
where they're at.
that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say no for Furio, but wise wizard. I mean, his name is Wise Wizard. The guy's got to know something. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's go with that. It was like,
So
no, how about we
obviously
don't?
they didn't find the Lights of Orion in the cameras. They defeat the wizard dude with his like weird like gambit throwing page wizard spell things.
Oh my god, that was so weird too. Because that's my dog, and that was so weird too. Because then immediately he was like, "All right, tap my notebook," and then it flies off. And okay, when he's shot this thing at Kendrix, and it hit her thigh, and then blew up, and then the only thing that happened was she had a slight limp, and that was it. I was like,
Well,
"Oh, this guy's gonna die immediately when they
it didn't
fight
hit
him."
her carotid artery, so she was fine.
But still, it hit her and sparks came out, and she just rolled, tumbled, and got up. And I was like, oh, so it really wasn't that bad. So when they fight him, they won't need to wait to grow. They'll just kill him, and he'll be done. Like he's a weak monster, and that explains why. After that, we didn't see him until 13 minutes into a 19-minute episode,
and then he died.
Like,
yeah, that was
gone.
it. I was like, okay.
Yes, it was quick, simple, and easy. It was like, okay, this guy means nothing to no one because he showed up, he did that. It's in the camera, and it wasn't in that camera, and he just ran off. And I was like, oh god. But I do love the at close to the end of filming for this. Or no, even before that, I've got to ask: does no one understand what a union is, or SAG wages, or any of these things?
I was gonna say, ask the current Power Rangers cast about that.
Oh, now we're gonna get letters or text messages. Not even letters. We're literally gonna get text messages. Hey, I heard what you said, Josh. F you, Josh.
I mean, I hear them complaining about it all the time. So
yeah, don't rub it in. Yeah, I know, right? Watch, but now watch. You're gonna get the text messages. Thanks, Josh. Today, the day I chose to watch your episode, this is what you said, huh? All right.
Yeah, so that was it. I don't. There's really nothing left in this episode to discuss. The Lights of Orion are still out in the dust or whatever that saying is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't. At this point, I'm kind of like, do they really exist? I don't know if they do. So but who cares?
Let's you guys can keep going with the ratings. You can drop them into the chat. And we are going to move on to the third episode that we are talking about today.
Crush.
Blue Crush.
That is the name
which is a movie.
That's right.
Starring Lois Lane from Superman Returns. And yes. I don't remember who else was in that.
That's right. I don't clearly no one else mattered, and so that's what we knew about it.
Yeah, so I mean, so this was another episode that was that for me was just kind of whatever. Because like have you ever been so into a girl that like you just can't function?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, I related to this a lot, and I definitely related to Kai because little girls are cockwalkers. I have one, and I know that all they do is ruin your life. And like even that moment when he was like she was talking and he wasn't paying attention, I was like, oh my god, that's me. I do that all the time. No, I'm playing. No, but honestly though, yeah, I've had a moment where I've been infatuated with a girl where it was just like.
Yeah, I mean, I've had moments where like that kind of stuff is taking up a significant portion of my thought process, but never to the point where I just can't function as a person. And do maybe that's just
menial tasks. Yeah, honestly, I haven't had it like that. I haven't had it that bad.
But again, like you said with the last episode, it was kind of like that soap opera style thing where it just had to be over exaggerated for the point to get across. Because again, let's not forget this is a show for like tweens and kids. So that kind of stuff is, it makes sense in that regard. Like you see that kind of stuff. You see that kind of stuff in cartoons. Like with when the
Exactly.
characters, their heart will start like pumping out of their chest and they'll like float off the ground or whatever.
Exactly, which isn't like a big shock. It's
Yeah,
something that,
yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I'll tell you something that I know you
Okay.
probably can relate to, because immediately the commander shows up and comes in with complete disregard and has a gross abuse of power by telling Kai, "Hey, I need you to babysit
Yeah.
and record my daughter skating. This is what you'll be doing today for work." Come on. Have you not had a moment where you had a superior use some level of a gross abuse of power and have you do something that isn't part
Yeah.
of the job?
My
What?
first real like staff job out here when I moved out to LA, I had to do stupid stuff like that all the time. I had to take the owner's dog to get acupuncture.
God, come on. See, that's the kind of stuff where it's like, what? Dude, you're not gonna pay me for gas? Like, like at least. And they're like, nah.
Yeah,
It's part of the
what
job. You'll just
what?
do it. Like, what if today was the day that I was like, I've got enough gas to get to work, and then I'll fill up on the way home, or whatever. Just thank God I got to work today. And then you're like, go do this. Well, I guess I won't come back.
Yeah.
Like, where's my dog? Oh, you get your dog with
they
cash
put a
me
needle in the wrong
$20 for
spot.
gas.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know. But I heard they can bring the dog back if you give me $20 for gas. No, like, I don't know. Are you extorting me?
Maybe.
Well, are you abusing your power grossly?
All that rollerblading stuff was yeah. It was whatever.
Oh God. It was just as stupid as
yeah.
Fulio's plan.
So
it was just dumb.
Going on to our factoids here. So at this right before this point, Kai had. I didn't notice this. But what was happening on the scene here was Kai was finding out, or that he was being led to believe that Hannah was engaged to this dude that was trapped in the car.
Was getting. Yeah, right. And I was like, Hannah, you whore! Like, I can't believe it.
And
you just let him on.
So I was like, that sucks. Like at that point, I was like all with him. I was like because he looked all sad, and I was like, I can relate to that because, but in.
I would have let the guy. I would have kind of like, I can't get him out. Oh no! I got dressed and ran out. Like, oh no!
So.
Yeah,
so
hey, I got
the factoid here is that when the tower is falling, they cut to the Japanese footage, and in the Jinja Man, right? Yes. I'm saying that right? In the Jinja Man footage.
That's right.
Joe just walked in. I hear him over at Psycho Giga Man. It's like, no. Thomas Franco told me specifically in the chat that it's Jinja Man. He spelled it Gingaman, not Gingaman.
I mean, M-A-N, exactly. So, yeah, Joe, get your facts straight, buddy, okay?
In that footage in the episode, as the tower begins to fall, I am not going to attempt to say this name, though, but this dude can be seen instead of the actor who played Kai.
I am going to try. Here goes, everyone. Daniel's racist. Nope, I'm not going to say it.
I would assume that it's Goki, like Goku, but with an I on
right,
the end.
Yeah.
But or Gookie.
Yeah, right. So Goki.
Gookie does not sound right.
Gookie does not sound right. So I'm gonna go for Goki. Gauki. Oh. Well, we've done trying, guys. Sorry, thank you. We're glad we ruined that for you. But yeah, it was once again Ginger Blue. So that was the thing that we saw. And dude, I'm telling you, like, you see that happen, and I just noticed it. Like, dude, he's got a vest on. Like, he's got like a sweater vest, like not like sweater, but like a Marty McFly kind of vest on, like a puffy jacket vest. And I'm like, dude, that is not him. Like, could we at least have? What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
But it was like, well, what are you gonna do?
Let's see. We talked about her a little bit already. Jodie Stanton, who is Commander Stanton's daughter. This is the first episode that she appears in. And from what I understand, from what I was reading, she's a minor character, so that means that she's going to pop up every once in a while from here on out. Probably like the girl who found out who what's his name was in the last season.
Oh, possibly. She was cute. It was like, oh, look at that little girl. She's like, look at me, I'm doing things.
So
like, yeah, you are.
So did you notice this one here in Kai's daydream? In that skating sequence, Hannah is wearing the white costume that Demetria was wearing, which is also the same as what Divatox wore when she was changed to good in the Zordon wave. You can see her wearing it right there. So again, Power Rangers recycling things.
Hey, sometimes, when it comes to wardrobe, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to figure it out and make it work. And that's exactly what they did. They chose to say, what's that? Oh, that's still hanging around.
Go ahead and use that. Let's pull it out again. I guess they felt that like it looked like something that a professional rollerblader would wear. That's I don't know why I find that term like professional. I can't say professional rollerblader with a straight face. I'm sorry.
I can say that maybe that was a thing at some time in someone's mind, but
well, I don't know about rollerblading, but when I was living in Florida, my roommate at the time, one of my roommates, his father owned a lot of skating rinks. Like that was his thing. Was he built skating rinks and was part of the not union, but the skating rink association for the United States or whatever. So my roommate had grown up in and around roller rinks. There was a picture that I found sitting in the house one day that was of him at like 9 or 10 years old in the kind of costume that you would see a figure skater wear, but with roller skates. It was the best thing ever.
Did you? Please, you need that picture, man. And then every once in a while, you just send it to him via Facebook. Hey, remember this? He's like, you just told me about.
I wish. This was before
sorry.
Like cell phone cameras were really a thing. I was rocking like a Nokia like 8910 at this point. The ones with the antenna that kind of pulled up from the inside.
Yeah.
So again, this episode was kind of it felt kind of like a filler to me. There wasn't a whole lot of movement with the story. Again, we did not find the Lights of Orion, so
no. Hey, but at least in the end, Hannah was like, "Hey, I'm not married. That was my now brother-in-law, and he was helping me get my bridesmaid's dress." But once again, why was it white?
I don't.
Just saying.
I don't know.
I don't.
But also, are we going to see? Are we going to see Hannah again?
I don't think so. Even though we got the cake at the end, he was like, "Oh, yeah." I don't think we'll ever see Hannah again. Hannah once again is going to disappear into that weird, wild blue yonder that is just nothingness. So, I mean, I have a theory that every time when a Power Ranger has a love interest and they disappear, it's because that Power Ranger is
or one of the henchmen in disguise. Because they were bored and needed to go find something to do.
Yeah, they're like, well, let's see what happens.
All right, so again, everyone in the chat, go ahead and give us your ratings. We're going to be wrapping up here in just a couple of minutes. But from what I can see here, the average for all three of these episodes is right around a 3. Like all of these have been a little bit lower than they have been for the first set of episodes that we were watching. So that's interesting that people aren't liking this story arc. So I'm interested to see how everyone feels about the next 3 episodes, which I believe are the end of this Lights of Orion story.
Yeah, 8, 9, and 10. It's supposed to be the end, which is like, oh, thank God. Hopefully that means that those 3 episodes will be meaty and we'll have something. Because the introduction to Lights of Orion was really lackluster. Nothing else happened that was like, ooh, special. For double duty, That was full on filler, and they just threw in the Lights of Orion like a whisper. And then after that, we had Blue Crush, where they were like, "Oh yeah,
They're in a
Lights of
camera.
Orion," but whatever. You know? Yeah, exactly. Like it was like they're in a camera, and then on the last one, they were just like, "Ah, just,
Yeah.
no. Well, Furio, now's your time to die." And the bug guy was, "Oh yeah, that happened." Where they were gonna kill the
Right.
bug guy was gonna kill Fulio, and he broke his chains, and then he ran off, and then at the end he says, "Is this the Lights of Orion? No, it's not. They're never anywhere. You know why? Because you've been lying to yourself. You know they don't exist anymore, and you're just trying to come up with something. Stop it. We're ashamed of you."
Like after this arc, he's just gonna make up something completely different. So be like, oh, I know this other weapon that's even more powerful than the Lights of Orion.
And then they're gonna have a sit down. It's gonna be an intervention. Like he's gonna be there. And then the bug princess is gonna walk in, the bug king, and then even some rangers. Yeah, Fulio. It's just things are going really weird, man. Even in our fights, while we're fighting, you're muttering things like "Let's go around, let's go around." Well, we don't know what's going on, man.
It's gonna be like the entire cast, all the background actors.
Exactly.
Are all just gonna go in and be like, "Listen, we got to talk."
The boom.
They've all got they've all got
like, yeah, man.
handwritten
I mean,
letters.
I've been seeing it for a while.
They're just like standing there reading, "Dear Furio."
Oh God, that's one of those. You have really hurt me with all that you have done. You're like, oh God, this is so sad. Oh, so what do we got with just with that alone? Like
Yeah,
you said, it does seem like everybody's in that
this
mid-range.
episode alone, we got 3 from Jared Hodges, 2 from Mikey Nerd Talk, 3 from Thomas Franco, 3 from Larry Newbill, 2.5 from Jonathan, 1 from Fire Drake Burst.
I did see the one, and thank you for that.
The Blur says that his overall rating for the entire Lost Galaxy series is a C-, so he was not a fan.
Dear God, oh, this is just hurting more and more. Can't wait to have Jesse here. So this way he's like, I love this episode. People are like, this is the worst episode yet.
Honestly, like I said, but last week, so far I'm really digging this season. It's like these 3 episodes might not have been great, but the story itself I'm kind of digging. And when Shay was helping me move in, when we were eating dinner, we were just like scanning through Amazon, and we found a show from like the mid-90s called Space Precinct. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, Josh, you're insane. Like, how can you just? You know what? I'm shocked that somehow that's not on Peacock.
So that show, like I don't remember that show at all. I don't know if I don't know if I watched it when it was on. Like the name is familiar, but the show itself, I was like, I don't remember this. Mm-hmm. But watching the show reminded me a lot of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Just but even Power Rangers
actually,
Space, just the whole design of the show, the music from the show, it feels very much like this does.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's not a bad
if you guys want to watch something weird and you have Amazon Prime, go and look up Space Precinct, because it's
that's right.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it pretty much is really good. Also, Exo Squad is on Peacock.
All right, so that is basically it for us for this week. Coming up in about 15 minutes here, Joe and I will be talking about Star Trek Enterprise Episode 6. I think it's 6. Terra Nova, not Terra Venture. So I've got that right. No. And then at 8 o'clock, we've got a wrestling show where some wrestling people will be talking about wrestling stuff. That'd be Jay,
oh man,
Nate,
guys,
and
if you aren't caught up with what's happening. That's right. If you guys aren't caught up on wrestling, trust me, this is the show to watch. You'll watch it, you will be caught up, you will want to know about what's happening as far as the drama, because right now what they're doing in wrestling is revolutionary. It's something that hasn't happened before. The women's title actually means something, and they're doing a really good storyline for it.
So again, check it out. You can follow us on Twitter at @the_Illuminati, Instagram _Illuminati, the website theilluminati.com. You can find us on Facebook in the Illuminati's Inner Circle. you know where to find us. You can find all of that in the description for the video below. And any parting words, Daniel?
We're always watching.
Ginger Man out.